athletics is different because performing in these conditions, it also depends on where you're training. A little bit challenging for middle and short distance runners as compared to long distance runners who maybe are used to this kind of conditions, weather conditions. Again, it depends in Budapest, Hungary, what conditions are we going to perform in? So in as much as we can see an athlete doing so well here, it also depends on the weather conditions, how prepared that athlete is physically and mentally. At the end of it all, it's all about getting that much desired podium finish and a medal, and for them making their personal best times and all that. So for me, if you ask me, every single person has done his best. Every single person has given in everything that he could have done or who would have done. So it all goes back to maybe you and your God, it all goes back to fate. But in terms of effort, in terms of 100% giving in, for me, what I've seen here, pretty much I would say that's impressive.
Just to take you through some of the results on day one in the men 10,000 meters final, of course, Nicholas Kimeli, Kipkorir, sprinting to beat Daniel Simiu Ebenyo and Bernard Kibet to win that one. So Kimeli finishing a time of 27 minutes, 29.8 seconds, just ahead of Simiu, who finished in 27 minutes, 30.5 seconds, and Bernard Kibet, 27 minutes, 33.5 seconds. We also had the 800 meters men semi-final with Emmanuel Wanyonyi winning semi-final number 2 in a time of 1 minute 46.35 seconds. We'll be expecting to see if he can replicate the fine form he's been throughout the season in this one and eventually represent the country in Budapest. So we await for the start of the 400 meters men final. Thereafter we'll have the 5,000 meters final for men, and of course the 800 meters final. In the 100 meter semi-final yesterday, Boniface Mweresa won semi-final number 1 in a time of 10.4 seconds. Samuel Chege Waweru 10.63 came in second with Isaac Omurwa 10.75. They qualified for the final that will be held later on today, and they'll be joined by Ferdinand Omanyala, Weissman Were, and Stephen Odhiambo Onyango.
ALAC is an organization formed by the government of Kenya a few years ago to ensure that everybody stays in sports. We run clean, we stay clean, we eat clean in sports. As Mwangi tells me, it is a critical part of the track and field now because it ensures that the athletes are tested at every point where there is competition. We saw ADAP visit all the 6 weekend meets in Mombasa, Kisumu, and right now they have a tent right there. If you can see the white tent, that is for ADAP, Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya. That is their work, to make sure that all these champions that we produce, Kenya produces so many champions, so many Olympic champions, stay clean and run clean on it.
In the 5,000 meters men final, Nicholas Kimeli, Jacob Kirop, Daniel Simiu. Once again, that rivalry will be revived here. Reynold Kipkorir Cheruiyot also in the lineup for the 5,000 meters. And as we said, the javelin throw men final is on. I can see the likes of Julius Diego and Alexander Kiprotich warming up just before the start of this one. We also have the 1,500 women final. Faith Kipyegon, Nelly Chepchirchir, Judy Chieng, Brenda Chebet, Edina Jebitok, Winnie Chebet, Lydia Jeruto Lagat, Miriam Cherop, Beatrice Chebet, Purity Chepkirui, Nancy Cherop. A very, very strong lineup for the women 1,500 meters final. We also have the men 1,500 meters final where Timothy Cheruiyot, Abel Kipsang, Reynold Kipkoril, Kamare Tiang, Kiumbe Munguti, Vincent Keter, Charles Kipkurui, Charles Cheboy Simotuo, Elijah Manangoi, George Manangoi, the brother to Elijah, Festus Lagat, Matthew Kipchumba Kipsang, Dominic Lokong Atiol, and Emedi Kiplimo expected to compete in that one. In the 3,000 meter steeplechase women, Jacqueline Chepkoech, Faith Cherotich, Beatrice Chepkoech, Celestine Biwot, Karen Chebet, Pamela Kosgei, Fancy Cherono, Purity Cherotich Kirui, Diana Chepkemoi will be competing in that. In the women 800 meters final, we'll have Mary Mora, the national champion, Susan Lokayo Ejore, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, Naomi Korir, Numgrashas Chepchumba, Sylvia Chemutai. And those are the results of the 10,000 meters women final.
Pretty much you can look at them and say that quite impressive, because looking at Irene Jepchumba, Kima, finishing at 31.52.20. Agnes Chebet Kintich coming in second at 31.52.45. Catherine Lerilyn Aman, 31.54.59. Janet Chemp Kintich, 31.57.70. Naomi Chepngeno, Grace Loy Bachnao, Margaret Chalimo Kipkirch, and Ruth Ngetich finishing up. I would say not all that bad. Look at the times on how they are competing. Pretty much you can talk about just a matter of seconds for each and every single athlete that's separating the gap. So I would say it has been such a close race, if you ask me.
Such a close race indeed, and we see how they were exhausted after finishing the race. Tells you that it's not easy running on this track and competing at the highest level. But let's wait and see who makes it to Team Kenya for the World Championships. I was taking you through some of the events coming up. The last event of the day, of course, will be the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Quite disappointing that we haven't won gold in the recent past, both in the World Championships and the Olympics. But you look at the lineup that we have here today, there is a former world champion, Conseslus Kipruto.
Yeah, I like the way you say that he's a former world champion, but then we have to look at what happened with Conseslus Kipruto, because I think after Ezekiel Kemboi automatically was Conseslus Kipruto. Ezekiel did dominate that field for what? 6, 7, 10 years. For Conseslus Kipruto to only come, shine for a season, and then leave the grounds, we have to ask ourselves what really happened to this guy. Is it a matter of injuries, not enough preparations, psychological development, or what? So those are some of the issues that we have to talk about when we talk about our big athletes. Are they consistent enough to conquer the world?
Of course, injuries hampered his progression, of course, to take over from Ezekiel Kemboi. But as we always say, there are always second chances, of course, and I believe Conseslus has what it takes. Together with these other athletes, I'm looking at Abraham Kibiwot, Leonard Kipkemboi Bet, Benjamin Keegan, Amos Serem, Amos Kirui. All these athletes have a pedigree to actually bring gold back to the country. It's all about the determination and the zeal and what they really want to do. As we await for the start of the 400 meters, I don't know. It's quite taking some time, but then we expect a lot from these athletes, especially in the middle distances, where not many were talking about Kenya in the recent past, but right now everyone is like, let's watch out for these men and women from Kenya.
Definitely, it has to be that. When you talk about 400 meters, I'm looking at the timings here. Emmanuel Mutua with a personal best of 47.14. Samuel Toili from Northrift, definitely. Emmanuel Mutua is from Kenya Police Service. Samuel Toili, who will be getting on lane 2 from Northrift Ndura, has a personal best of 47.98. And then we have Laban Kipkorir at lane 3 from South Rift for 47.01. And look at them right there, the former champion, African champion, that is Julius Diego, just warming up. And today we'll be bringing you the Javelin throw, and that it goes back to what I was saying. If it is not Diego, who else can we get in other athletes that will be competing in the same category will be Duncan Kinyanjui of National Police Service, Alex Kiprotich of Kenya Defence Forces, and Itanao Leshan of Kenya Defence Forces.
Of course, that is the 10,000 meters women final. A recap of whatever happened there. Kasait, Irene Jepchumba Kimais just finishing ahead of Agnes Jebet Ngetich. Ruth Ngetich disappointingly finishing way back. That impressively, it was Catherine Relin Amanalonge who came in third. But watch the way Irene Jepchumba takes on that bend, checks over her shoulder to see where Agnes Jebet Ngetich is. Agnes seems to be falling a little bit behind, especially in that bend. And you can see when she regained her stability, Kamais was already gone. She peeped over her left shoulder, didn't see Agnes in the picture, decided, let me take this head on, let me sprint towards the finishing line. And that is what happened. Relin tried so much to catch up with these two. It wasn't going to happen that easily. And that is how it ended the 10,000 meters women final. Winner of the race, Irene Jepchumba Kimais. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the javelin, of course, which will go on, as well as the 400 meters men final.
Yeah, pretty much that's some of the track and field events that people are waiting to see today. When you talk about the javelin, of course, you have to mention Julia Ziego, one of the persons that have really put Kenya on the map there. Not very much a country that is known for javelin, but why it's not for Julia Ziego, at least we can say that we've had that athlete that has put Kenya on the map. Pretty much you can say that this guy, known as Mr. YouTube Man, he learned how to throw by watching the YouTube. And is the African record and Commonwealth record holder for the event with a personal best of 92.72 meters. So that is something that you can look to be so remarkable for this athlete, Julia Ziego. But again, today, as he tries to qualify for the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, we're trying to look at any other athlete that can join him there, so that at least Kenya, we shall be known for the great events in athletics.
Those are the athletes to compete in the 400 meters. You can see lane number 1 missing, so Emmanuel Mutua missing, of course, in lane number 1, but in lane number 2, Samuel Toili, the young man, 46.18, coming into this one. Laban Kipkorir, 46.15 seconds. Kelvin Sawe Tauta, 45.80. Boniface Otunga Mweresa, 45.73. Kevin Kimeu Mutoka, 46.05. Zablon Ekwam, 45.47 in lane number 7. And lastly, Jared Momanyi in his favorite outside lane number 8. The standard set time for qualifying for the World Championships is 45 seconds. That is Toili. Actually, not Toili, but Ekwam Zablon in lane number 7. Fixing the blocks to ensure that when they take off, it's smooth. In lane number 6, of course, that is Kennedy Kimeu putting on his spikes, preparing for this one. Just behind him, a battery of journalists, each covering. Each one want, of course, every bit of to catch every bit of action here. That's lane number 5, where we have Boniface Ontuga Mweresa from the Kenya Defence Forces, the most experienced 400-meter runner in the field today. Qualified in a time of 45.83 seconds.
You know, some of the athletes that you can take a look on these events, definitely we've been, according to the start list, and the best with the best times. We have to look for Laban Kipkorir. We also have to look for, with a personal best, Laban Kipkorir has a personal best of 47.01. And then we have to look at Emmanuel Mutua, who's ranked second in Kenya with a personal best of 47.14, among the top athletes that are going to contest for this.
Almost time for the 400 meters men final. A little bit of warming up, fixing the blocks, and ensuring that everything is in place. Because ultimately it's all about chasing the time. 45 seconds to qualify for Budapest. Samuel Toili will be running in lane number 2. Representing Ndura in North Rift. In lane number 3 we'll have Laban Kipkorir of South Rift. Kelvin Sawe will be in lane number 4. Boniface Mweresa in lane number 5. Kennedy Kimeu in lane number 6. Zablon Ekwam in lane number 7. And of course Jared Mumanyi in lane number 8. That is Laban Kipkorir. As Kelvin Sawe Tauta. As that's Boniface Mweresa, a very, very experienced runner. That is Kennedy Kimeu Mutoka, and national champion Zablon Ekwam, the national champion. And lastly we have Jared Nyambweke Mumanyi.
Emmanuel Mutua of Kenya Police Service will be looking for this. Lane 8 is Jared Nyambweke Mumanyi. And the black stripes. And off they go. There they take it. Jared Nyambweke Mumanyi, Emmanuel Mutua. They're taking on each other here. Boniface Ontuga Mweresa, the Olympian. Remember back in 2012, really making it down here. Zablon Ekwam coming in yellow. Getting right there at the corner. Being pushed by Boniface Ontuga Mweresa as they try to make it to the final. The final sprint will be it. Ontuga Mweresa coming in. Kelvin Sawe Tauta also taking in. Look at them, look at those strides. Who's making it? Boniface Ontuga Mweresa finally makes it. It will be Boniface Ontuga Mweresa. 45.44. A specialist in it. At lane number 7 was Zablon Ekwam, pushing it harder with the yellow bib. The blue bib right there was on lane number 6, Kennedy Kimeti Muthoki. What a race it has been, Gregory Mlemi.
Up to the 200-meter mark, it was all about Ekwam, but then watch out for Mweresa. He's just shown that he has what it takes to run the 400 meters under 45 seconds. You can look at the way he performed. The man from KDF heading into the last 100 meters, you could feel that he had all the gas, all the energy. But I'm really, really impressed by this man, Kennedy Kimeu Mutoka, running all the way from behind. He didn't really have a chance, but pushed Mutoka and Mweresa all the way to finish third. So it's really, really impressive to see whatever has happened there. As we look at the lineup for the javelin, on your left is the African champion, Julius Yego, former world record holder, 92.7 that is Duncan Kinyanjui from National Police Service. That's Alexander Kiprotich of Kenya Defence Forces. And that is Leshan of KDF. Those are the participants in the Javelin. Of course, each wants a ticket to represent the country at the World Championships in Javelin. And you're looking at the qualification standard time for Javelin, of course. A Javelin throw, 85.20 is the time. And those are the results of the 400 meters. Boniface Mweresa, of course, winning 45.42 is the official time. Kennedy Kimeu Mutoka, 45.51, and Zablon Ekwam, the national champion, finishing third, 45.52. Kevin Sai Tauta, 46.30. Laban Kipkorir, Samuel Toili, Jared Momanyi, 46.71.
I mean, if you ask me, this was, of course, for Boniface Ontuga Mweresa to take it, the 400-meter specialist. Looking in his background since 2017 when he won the IAAF World Relays in Bahamas, he's been coming all along. Though in 2012 for the Olympics, he did not qualify. What an athlete he is, trying to show that with his athletic prowess, he can participate in different disciplines. We also saw him yesterday trying out for the 100 meters, and he actually made it today for today's finals. Boniface Mweresa, what an athlete he is.
And now we await for the start of the 5,000 meters. It's the final, of course. Can see Levi Kibet.
An amazing race where Kenya has done really
Also
well in the past in the World Championships and the Olympic Games.
Vincent Kimayo.
The most famous winner of the Olympics is John Buki, 1988.
Jacob Kirop in bib number 92. Watch out for this young man.
2001 World Athletics Championships. He was actually the last winner of the 5,000 meters men. Sata was already
The 5,000 meters men, definitely the man to be watching here
5,000 meters.
will be former champion Cornelius Kimboi.
12.5 laps of the track.
Daniel Simiyu Banyo from National Police Service. What an athlete he's been. What an athlete he showed that he can be. Jacob Kirop, registered as an individual athlete together with Nicholas Kimeli Kipkorir, are some of the athletes that will be gunning for these positions. Would look at their personal time best. These are some of the athletes that we expect them to triumph in these finals, make the team, and also triumph at the World Championships in Budapest. As you look at them lining up, remember sensational Simiyu Ebenyo is one of the athletes that a lot of people are looking at right now in Kenya. Such a youngster, Simiyu Ebenyo, born in 18 September 1995, a Kenyan middle distance and long distance runner. Such a young guy, Simiyu Ebenyo, hailing from Baragoi, Samburu County. And this is what we're looking for in Kenya, to try and devolve sports. When you have an athlete from Samburu, an area that is mostly known for castle wrestling, there we go, we do have a champion too. He has such an incredible time too, Simiyu Ebenyo. Also, we'll be looking at Edward Zakayo Pingua, registered as an individual athlete in this. Look at them getting ready for this. And by the gun, off they go. And normally when they do start, they just normally start slowly by slowly. They're just gonna take it slow by slow as they size each other up. Remember, Simiyu is the 5,000 meter national champion. As he tries to make an impact is this. Alongside other athletes that are going to track it away from him will be Cornelius Kimboi, Benson Kiplagat, Emmanuel Corel Kiplagat, Bernard Kibet, Richard Etir, Jacob Kirop, Nicholas Kimeri Kipkorir, Robert Kirop Koech, Rafael Dapash, Kiruhuha Emmanuel Ntangunga, Emmanuel Kiprop, Charles Rotich, Edward Zakaya Pingua, and Vincent Kimayo Kiprop.
Of course, Nicholas Kimeli not taking part in this one because he actually won the 10,000 meters yesterday here, and he already has that ticket to represent the country at the World Championships to be held later on in Budapest. So this is the 5,000 meters. We're taking you through every bit of action. Watch out for Simiu. He tried and finished second in the 10,000 meters yesterday. He's here today trying out in the 5,000 meters. Also watch out for Jacob Kirop in bib number 92. And that is Daniel Simiu in second place at the moment.
Representing National Police Service, Julius Diego. Was the world champion a few years ago.
Edward Zakai, of course, the former world junior champion in the orange bib. He'll be trying to redeem himself after a very disappointing season last time. But Daniel Simiu, his specialty, the 5,000 meters, trying to dictate matters in second place at the moment. But watch out for this man, Richard Efir, right now occupying the fourth place.
Remember, only the first two runners will automatically make the team. All these runners have, in one way or another, qualified for the World Athletics Championships. This is the reason for the trials, to pick the first, to pick 3 runners to represent the country. And 2 of them will be automatically picked here if they win 1 and 2 positions, and the 3rd one will be announced.
And that is Jacob Kirop, of course, in the lead. And you can see Simiu, like what he did yesterday in the 10,000 meters, wants to take matters into his own hands.
Some say it might be a little bit dangerous depending on how strong he might be. Leading from the start, sometimes it's good to try and size up the others, tactically getting that approach and getting that final finish. But when you try and lead from the start to the end, you might be using a lot of energy. I remember Simiu Ebenyo, we're talking about last year's 10,000 meter Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, UK. He won a silver in this in 10,000 meters. So you can't say he's a pretty much stronger athlete, but maybe that's his tactical approach. But again, it depends with his stamina and strength.
Of course, in the 5,000 meters, it's quite faster than the 10,000 meters because it's a shorter distance in this one. But then you look at Simiu, he looks fresh. He doesn't look like someone who ran the 10,000 meters yesterday. But then watch out for this man, Jacob Kirop. And of course, we'll be looking forward to see what Richard Etir in 3rd place can do. But Simiu taking the lead for the first time, Kirop in 2nd, Etir in 3rd. And of course, we'll be looking at Zakayo still trying to locate him in around the 6th, 7th, 8th position. Nothing much to separate these athletes, but then the 5,000 meters final is promising to be a one that will produce fireworks.
If you ask me, Jacob Kirop might be also gunning for these honors because look at him. The 2022 World Athletics Championship and bronze at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. At the 5,000 meters, he won a silver, so that was last year. So this is someone who's basically getting in his specialty and doing what he loves best, getting for the top honor. So he's the man to beat together with Simiu Ebenyo.
Kirop taking the lead from Simiu once again. Simiu looking at the watch. Maybe he's timing himself. Also in the picture is Cornelius Kemboi in bib number 98. Still too close to call because all these athletes have the pedigree to finish in the top positions. And that's Jacob Kirop taking the lead. Richard Etir in second place. Simiyu in third. Cornelius Kemboi in fourth place. 7 laps to go in the 5,000 meters. We are now almost halfway of this race, and of course quite some quality being shown here.
I mean, look at them getting in stronger, but still sizing each other up. But I think the pack has not really separated, except for maybe the last athlete who doesn't look as strong as the others. But the main pack is still intact. Maybe with the final 2 laps, we might see the pack getting separated, and the final 3 will be known automatically from there.
Jacob Kirop watching over his shoulder, watching where Etir is, and now coming into the picture for the first time. Benson Langat. This is very, very interesting. That is the former world junior champion, Benson Langat. Tried really hard yesterday in the 10,000 meters, didn't really make it in the top 2 positions, but then we're watching at a race where anyone can take it. Jacob Kirop on the outside, Daniel Simiyu still in the pack. That is Langat, of course, and Robert Kiprop exchanging leads there. So it's Langat and Kiprop, and Simiyu deciding to come also, and he's now in second place. That is Lagat in the lead, Simiyu in second, Kirop falling, still in contention though, with 5 laps to go in this one. It's Daniel Simiyu in second place, of course. Etir in third place. And the former world junior champion Lagat in still leading. From the outside, as he likes it, Jacob Kirop.
Zakayo, the former world junior champion, Zakayo Pintua, the man from Masailand, running in yellow spikes. So let's appreciate them. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, only the
And that's Robert Kiprop now taking the lead.
will automatically make
Jacob Kirop now in third. Cornelius Kemboi in fourth place. That is Simiyu now taking over the lead. Tactically, as it's been, Simiyu knows how to get the business done.
Like I said, the pack is yet to separate, except for maybe talking about the 4 athletes that are looking to struggle, and they're going to finish last. But the main pack right now has gone. We're talking about how many athletes. Look at them. Those are 8 athletes in front right now. And that 8 athletes, if you ask me, by the time they're going to finish, we're going to see another separation, about 2 by 2. So if you ask me, it's going to be a race that's going to be between Jacob Kirop. Pretty much an impressive record that he has. Don't forget that when he was 17 years, Kirop was the 5,000 meter silver medalist at the 2019 Africa Under-20 Championship. What a guy he is. Another guy to look up for these will be Daniel Simiyu Ebenyo, Nicholas Kimeli Kipkorir, always in contention for this. They are taking each other by strides. Look at them right now, hoping to get to the finish line and buy the belt. I do have to thank you so much, our viewers, wherever you are, the Athletics Kenya television. You could always join us at the Athletics Kenya Facebook page. Commentary done by Gregory Mlemi. My name's Sarondenga Odinga. Simply call me Shadi. You can find me on Facebook at Andenga Odinga. My group is East Africa, Chat East Africa Sports. You can put your comments there, and definitely we can be taking a moment or two to appreciate you where you are. For the many people that are gunning to see their favorite athletes, see whether they can finish, see whether they can make the team, wherever they are. Thank you so much, David Wex, watching from Gongtown. Charlie the politician, saying Nicholas Kimeli will win this. Imani James wants Kairop to win, and Dan Kemei, who's watching from Nakuru. The other pack looking quite much more, the last three, if you ask me. Gregory Mulemi, do you think maybe these athletes just came here to participate, or maybe the weather conditions or something has really happened? Look at them, the gap between them and the first pack. We can talk about maybe, if you ask me, this almost 100 meters gap. There's no chance for them whatsoever. They're just going to be qualifying, no qualifying, but they will just say they participated in this rather.
It normally happens, especially when you go to the latter stages of any race, whereby if you didn't prepare tactically well, it comes to bite you. As you can see right now, we are talking about Jacob Kirop, Simiu, Etir. They are leading this one, heading into the bell. And that just shows you how well prepared they were in this one. So it's 92, 93, 94. It's like they knew what they were doing coming into this race. This is the 5,000 meters final. So Sakayo, quite disappointing, falling way back. Unlike him, he's been a former world junior champion, but it's not just clicking for him. It's quite taking toll on him, and you can see he's trying really hard. But that is Jacob Kirop trying so hard to maintain that lead. Daniel Simiu in second place at the moment, and of course that is Cornelius Kemboi in third place. So it is Simiu versus Kirop. Kemboi in third place. So it is Jacob Kirop coming on the home stretch. That is Jacob Kirop versus Simiu. Simiu trying to come from the inside, but Kirop maintains. You can feel that he's very confident in first place. Kemboi will settle for third, but it is Jacob Kirop, winner of the 5,000 meters, 13 minutes, 15.73 seconds, just ahead of Simiu, who's also finished second in the 10,000 meters on day one.
Jacob Kirop definitely will be the man to be. Look at them congratulating each other. Benyo Simiu also making up to the podium. Amid what a race it has been. But definitely look at them coming from where they're coming from, with their history to this. Jacob Kirop, remember what I told you. At age 17, Kirop was the 5,000 meter silver medalist at the 2019 Africa Under 20 Championships. And also remember last year at the 5,000 meters World Athletics Championship, he won a silver and a bronze at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Jacob Kirop is the man to beat. We can only hope for the best for Kenyans, that will bring the best out of him in Budapest, Hungary.
Of course, that's the 5,000 meters final, ending here at the Nyayo National Stadium. And that is how it went down. Kirop taking that bend very confidently and ensuring that he stayed on top. Heading to the home stretch, Simiu fancied his chances, tried to come on the inside, but still Kirop showed his maturity at this level, stayed afloat, and of course Simiu knew that all was done. Kemboi was in a distant third, and that is how it went. Jacob Kirop, of course, booking his ticket to Budapest. (13 minutes, 15.23 seconds). Can feel Simiu knows that he has had the work done, and we hand over to Charity, who has Simiu. Charity, take it away.
Come help me and push the pace. So I tried all my best to assist him, and automatically we qualified. We are all qualified. So I think now we can work together maybe to produce good something. We cannot promise anything, but we pray to God that give us strength, energy, and we say let God lead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
that was Simiyu. He's just won the 10,000 meter final and is qualified for 5,000 meter final. And now we are joined by crop number 2. Crop, number 1, sorry. Crop, how does it feel you've already made it for the team?
So I really thank God first by making to be position 1. And I'm also happy that I have already made team Kenya to represent Kenya team in Budapest. Yeah.
Hapo kwa 5,000 kuko na ushindani mwingi sana, watu wa Ethiopia, Uganda. Unaona utamanage aje pengine tactics zile mnaweza enda muemploy kwa sababu mshakimbia tena na Simiyu?
Kwanza kabisa Ethiopians na Ugandans wako na competition sana iko juu, lakini the best way ya kuona ni kufanya mazoezi zaidi kwa sababu tushakimbia nao mara mingi na nitafanya nilewezalo mpaka nishinde hapo.
Okay. Asante sana, all the best.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That was Crop. Crop finished first in the 5,000 meter final and is qualified for the World Championships that will be held in Budapest. He was followed by Simiyu. Simiyu ran yesterday at the 10,000 meters, although he had not qualified, but he's qualified for this 5,000 meters. And as we move on to the next race, we're hoping that we'll see more and more stars qualify and make it for the World Championships. Back to you at the booth.
Jacob Kirop, winner of the 5,000 meters, and of course the man who finished second, Daniel Simiyu. For the second day running, he finishes second, and I know he knows what to do as we head to Budapest. So we're also looking at the field events. You talked about the former world champion, Julius Yego, Alexander Kiprotich also coming in very, very nicely in the Javelin. The field events have also given us success in the past.
Definitely, you're right. But when you talk about Julius Yoga, we're talking about right now a global figure coming from Kenya. He's actually the one person that has put Kenya on the map when you talk about javelin throws. And the so-called Mr. YouTube man, he's the African record and Commonwealth record holder for the event with a personal best of 92.72 meters. So when you talk about that and looking at him at these trials, we can also ask ourselves who else will also take the mantle from Julius Yego. We need maybe 2 or 3 other athletes that can come and push for that. I'm looking for, that should be Ita Naoleshan of Kenya Defense Forces with the red bib right there. It doesn't really look as muscular as maybe the Eastern European javelin throwers. But again, someone told me it's all about technique. Look at him with the steps. Pushing himself right there to the throw. I think he's gonna come close to the 75-meter mark. Something that you can say is quite remarkable. But they're really, really trying. Though in Kenya, you can ask me, when you talk about these track and field events, Gregory Melemi, back in the days when I was in primary school, we used to participate with all these events from primary school level. And I remember we could get down up to the provincial level, and then we could come to the national levels. And I remember Kenya's second president, the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, would grace these events, and every single youngster would want to shake his hands. I think when we go back to we can still go back to basics and develop sports the same way.
It's all about opening up in football they say opening up the spaces and opportunities, yeah. But when you come into such events, you find that more of technology is applied and technique, and that's what we should be focusing on, as this man already broke the barrier to become a world champion. To become a silver medalist, but of course we'll be giving the results. That's the men's 5,000 meters final result. Jacob Kirop, rather, 13 minutes 15.72 seconds is the time he posted to win that one, ahead of Simiyu, 13 minutes 16.05 seconds. Cornelius Kemboi came in third, 13 minutes 17.84, and Ishmael Kipkurui, 13 minutes 18.89 seconds. Rafael Dapash, 13 minutes, 20.45. Richard Etir, who at one point was leading, 13 minutes, 26.76 seconds. And that is the 5,000 meters men final. Robert Kiprop Koech, 13 minutes, 37.99 seconds. So, Jacob Kirop, Daniel Simiu, and of course Cornelius Kemboi, the top three finishers in that one.
Rule number 17.3.1 at 13:04 p.m. Kwa hivyo Jared
and news just in, Jared Mumanyi has been disqualified and he'll not be classified in the 400 meters after line infringement. So that's the latest from the track and the 400 meters. As we see the Javelin stars, that is Alexander Kiprotich and Duncan Kinyanjui having a chat. It's quite windy here. I can see papers flying all over.
Those are the windy conditions right now in Nairobi, but I would say it's better than yesterday. I mean, I was freezing right here on the on this stage right here doing commentary. But it's that's what you can say that comes closer to what I would really call a winter session in Kenya. In some countries, it's pretty much as colder with the conditions and the degrees going to minus 2 or 5 degrees. So it's not all that bad. We can handle this, if you ask me.
So we get ready for the 1,500 women final. Should be happening as the next event. Watch out for the double world champion, the double Olympic champion, the world record holder, Faith Kipyegon. She's in the lineup. Nelly Chepchirchir, Judy Kieng, Brenda Chebet, Edina Jebitok, Winnie Chebet, Lydia Jeruto Lagat, Miriam Cherop. Of course, there is Beatrice Chebet, whom we expected to take part in the 5,000 meters. And I'm told that she was maybe preserving her energy for this one. So we are waiting to see if that is true. And then we have Purity Chepkirui and Nancy Cherop. This is a lineup to serve.
Definitely, when you talk about Beatrice Chebet, Faith Kipyegon, and Nancy Cherop, these are three of the best athletes that we do have in Kenya right now. However, we can also take a look at Miriam Cherop, who's registered as an individual. We do have Purity Chepkirui and Nancy Cherop, who also are individuals trying to garner for the top honors for this and make the team. But definitely, I will agree with you that Beatrice Chebet, Faith Kipyegon, they're coming in to maybe claim the honors as among the top athletes. So every single person definitely is expecting them to make the podium finish for this.
Ongoing also is the field event, and that is Kinyanjui going to take his throw, the man from KDF.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we were holding on.
We're hoping that one of these javelin throwers will have a distance of around 85.2 meters, and that is the standard set time for the World Championship.
1500 meters finals. As we continue to thank everybody who has come to the stadium to support the naming of the Team Kenya to Budapest World Athletics Championships. So people are asking me, when did the World Championships
Some activity going on in the call room. I believe it's the 1,500 meters
began in 1983?
women final. The participants getting ready to come and compete in this one. And I can confidently say that this is a race I expect a gold medal in Budapest.
Pretty much you can say so, based on how good our athletes are, based on the prowess of the athletes. We do have some events. That's why I think yesterday someone reasoned that looking at the Kenya teams right now, the women's team looks stronger than the men's teams. But definitely it's an argument that can go either way, depending on how you look at it. The Javelin throw right there on your screens. We're looking at a throw quite dismal from the showy right there. among some of the track and field events that we're hoping also to make an impact with. If you ask me, Kenya should be known for athletics. When you talk about athletics, track and field events, it's more than just running. And I can give you an example of the United States of America, Grenada, Jamaica, great athletes coming from those countries. We should be asking ourselves, what is wrong with Kenya? We are only known for runners, Mulemi. What should we do to try and get more track and field events?
It's all about what you said last evening, whereby you have to ensure that it starts from junior level, making sure that the transition is there, not waiting to have them phased out so that you start something different. For Jamaica, they're undergoing that phase. After Bolt, they had no plan. But right now we can see a couple of young sprinters coming out of Jamaica. It might take them quite some time to fit into Bolt's shoes, but then you look at the performances at the junior level. Other countries caught up. I'm talking about the countries like Botswana, Leslie Tebogo, the world junior champion over the 100 meters, the 200 meters. Such a young man at 19 is already taken the world by storm, and you can see there's something good happening in Botswana, especially in the sprints. And for your information, they are the best sprinting nation in Africa, Botswana. And even be it the ladies or the men, they are doing something different, and it all begins from the youth structures that they put in place. And that's why we had that continental tour that really attracted big names, including Mary Morat there in Gaborone. It just shows you that when you do something attractive, then people will come and, let's say, try to learn from you. And it's happening here in Africa. We are not going to do, I don't know, benchmarkings or something else elsewhere. We can do it here. And believe it or not, Botswana, Kenya, Liberia, South Africa, they are doing something different. There's also a rising star in the 400 meters from Zambia. We all know Zambia for football, maybe. But then, the fastest man with the fastest time in Africa in the 400 meters, of course, is from Zambia. And you look at that, you're like, yes, I believe proper structures and also making sure that people are aware and they know what to do will help. We are talking about having the national championships being held here in Nairobi. It's really, really a good thing. But if you extend these tracks, let's say, to the county, so that every county has a standard track like this one, then it's easy to tap the talents. So let's not just build stadia because we want to build stadia, but have standard tracks like this ones, then it becomes easy. But that's the 1,500 meters, 3 3/4 laps of a very, very interesting race that we are going to witness here. I've seen Beatrice Chebet there. Good to see her in her orange bib.
There she goes, Beatrice Chebet. What an impressive season she's had to. When you talk about Beatrice Chebet, I mean, she's an amazing athlete, getting down right now for the 1,500 meters. Quite some accolades for her too, you know. Kenyan long distance runner. Right there, I was seeing on lane 1 will be Faith Kipyegon, an amazing record of 3 minutes 49 seconds. Nelly Jepkirir also will be there. And off they go. Judith Kieng, Brenda Chebet, Edina Jebitok, Winnie Chebet, Lydia Jeru, Tolagat, and Miriam Cherop also lining up. So basically we'll be looking here at Faith Kipyegon and Nelly Jepkirir. Beatrice Chebet, as light-skinned as she is, wearing a yellow bib and some. She's taking the quite an early lead here, Beatrice Chebet. Quite an early lead, if you ask me. Taking it slowly by slowly. At the moment, sizing each other up for the big moment. 1,500 meters women final. This will be epic. I'm not seeing Faith Kipyegon though.
She ran the 5,000 meters yesterday, won it of course, and she, being the world champion, has already a ticket to Budapest, so it's a chance for other athletes to also try and make it to the team, and Beatrice Chebet being fancied as the athlete to make it out of this one. But then watch out for Winnie Chebet, and of course that is Edina Jebito currently in second place as she takes that long stride trying to get past Chebet, and of course she's now in the lead. Brenda Chebet currently in third place, Beatrice Chebet in second. But on your screens right now is Edna Jebitok in the lead. With 2 laps to go in that one. Nelly Chepchirchir in second place at the moment. Still in the lead is Edna Jebitok, Beatrice Chebet. She's currently in third, taking her time. It's the 1500 meters women final. Nelly Chepchirchir in the lead. Miriam Cherop still in the picture. On the outside, Brenda Chebet. Beatrice Chebet still in third place. 1.5 laps to go. Judy Kieng trying so much to catch up with the leading pack. But that is Nelly Chepchirchir still in the lead. Heading into the last lap as they head to the bell. This will be very, very interesting. It is Nelly Chepchirchir still in the lead. No move yet from Beatrice Chebet. Nelly Chepchirchir still in the lead. Beatrice Chebet falling way, way back. This is quite unlike Chebet we know, but it's Nelly Chepchirchir storming away to victory, heading into the last 150 meters. She knows she has a chance. The long strides helping her. She's currently taking a very, 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 very huge gap on this one. Brenda Chebet in second place, but it will be Nelly Chepchirchir, winner of the 1,500 meters, 3 minutes 59.78 seconds. Brenda Chebet comes in second.
What a race it has been. Nelly Chepchirchir. Remember way back in May this year, she won the 800-meter race at the Grifone meet in Italy, showing what she got. Very, very few could expect how Beatrice Chebet has performed in this race. She just fell by the second lap back and back. Remember, Beatrice Chebet has failed to make the mark, and Beatrice Chebet is the women's senior race world cross-country champion. She's the champion. She won gold actually during that event, and she has failed to make the cut. But it will be time for Nelly Chepchirchir. Nelly Chepchirchir, what an amazing run it has been. And pretty much that's it. And we should be getting the official times on your screen pretty much soon. Once again, I have to thank you for catching up with us at the Athletics Kenya TV. My name's Shadrach Andenga Odinga on the commentary together with Gregory Mulemi. What an event it has been. Thank you so much, Peter Sane, saying that the young lady is talented. Peter Sane, thank you so much for your comment. Boaz Kimutai saying that it's not a good picture for Beatrice. Yes, we also do agree. Boaz Kibunge is saying that, wow, Chiri has not really much made an impact to this. Edith Nchagwa saying that Faith Akoapi mwalimu wa math. Thank you so much. That should be Eunice Sum, if I'm not. Who's that, basically?
That's Janet Jepkoskei, the coach of these athletes, and you can see she transcended from being an athlete to a coach, and you can see the products. Brenda and Chepchirchir both winning the 1500 meters. But first of all, let's listen to what the winner has.
Team Kenya for the World
Charity.
Championships. Unafilaje sahi?
Kuwin, najua championship, trasi ya championship si rahisi Kenya. So nilikuwa nimejipanga mzuri, coach wangu alikuwa amenitrain poa na naendelea tena kutrain poa. Nataka ningangane nikuja na medal go Budapest. Yeah.
Na tactics sai tunajua hiyo fairly
Polesco fortunato del portiere milanista sul colpo di testa di John Mensah. Ronaldo da solo
anche col colpo di testa
del Ghana, e adesso la partenza per il contropiede di Lucio. 3 minuti di recupero, palla a destra, schema con l'uomo libero, se ne va Kakà, chiama il pallone Adriano, ancora Kakà, Cafu dentro, Adriano! 2-0 Brasile, Adriano! La stava chiamando da un quarto d'ora Adriano e alla fine sul cross di Cafu arriva il 2-0, ce l'ha fatta a segnare Adriano.
Nel peggior momento del Brasile.
Brenda, congratulations. Unafilaje vile umebook tiketi yako ya kwanza Team Kenya?
Niko na furaha sana na nilikuwa nimejiprepare. Niko na furaha sana.
Nimeona Janet amekuja akawahaga. Hata una train na Nelly?
Tuna train na Nelly. But tuko management moja lakini training ni yako Kapsabet, mimi niko 10.
So sasa hivi vile utaenda, kuna ushindani mingi sana Ethiopia, Uganda, wazungu pia wako. Unaona utafanya aje?
Nitajaribu pia. Nikienda huko nitajaribu.
Thank you so much. That is the just concluded 1500 women's final where we have Neri Chepchirchir of Two Running Club based in Kapsabet taking the first position, and Brenda Chebet also being trained all under by former world champion Janet Jebkosgei, booking their first ticket for Team Kenya and hoping that they will be able to take over from Faith when she eventually moves to other races. From here, from the mix zone, we take you back to the commentary booth.
Thank you, Charity. And now we head straight to the 1,500 meters men final. And this is also another strong lineup. Shadrach.
Pretty much that's it. We're looking at Timothy Cheruiyot, one of the guys that are expected to make an impact with this. Abel Kipsang Belet, Reynold Kipkorir Cheruiyot, Vincent Kibet Keter, Kamari Tiang, Chumbe Munguti, Victor Kipkirui, Charles Cheboy Simoto, Elijah Matonei Manangoi, George Meitanei Manangoi, Festus Lagat, Matthew Kipchunga Kipsang, Dominic Lokong Atiol, and Emedi Kiplimo. I think this will be between Elijah Matonei Manangoi. We also have to look for the National Police Service, looking out for Abel Kipsang Belet of National Police Service and Timothy Cheruiyot. They are the 3 top athletes that will be gunning for this. Timothy Cheruiyot, except people will be looking so much at him. Such a global figure. Of course, the Manangoi brothers will be always be gunning for this and look for who's making it to the national team. Timothy Cheruiyot, the 2020 Tokyo Olympic silver medalist in 1,500 meters. And at the World Athletics Championship, Cheruiyot won the silver medal in 2017 in London and a gold medal in 2019 in Doha. Such a decorated career. And also, when you talk about Elijah Manangoi, he has some accolades on himself. There they go. Elijah Matonei Manangoi, one of the athletes that will be looking for this. Will be pushing for top gas, Elijah Manangoi. He competed in the 1,500 meters in the 2015 World Championships in Athletics Beijing. He won a silver medal, and at the 2017 World Championship, he won a gold medal. Here he is again, wanting to make your glory and pushing. Look at him take the lead right there, pushing for the gun, Elijah Manangoi. This will be an epic event, if you ask me.
Of course, this will be an epic race. Good to see former world champions Timothy Cheruiyot and Elijah Manangoi back on fold. Let's see what they have at the moment. Completing the first lap of this one. And in the lead at the moment, Reynold Kipkorir Cheruiyot, the man who also loves running from the front. That is Kamare Tiang in the red bib, currently occupying the 4th spot just behind George Manangoi. Timothy Cheruiyot, of course, still in the middle pack. You can see him in bib number 49. But that is Reynold Kipkorir. Abel Kipsang currently in 2nd place. Another exciting young man. Abel Kipsang decides to come to the front just behind Kamare Tiang. And that is George Manangoi on the outside. Vincent Kibet Keter. This is very, very interesting. All these athletes, each of them has very, very, very good CV. Timothy Cheruiyot currently in 5th. The man whom the current world champion Jacob Ingebrigtsen looked up to when he was starting his career in the 1,500 meters. But that is Vincent Kibet currently in 4th. Really, really close to tell as they head to the bell. It is Kamare Tiang still in the lead. Look at how strong he looks, taking that bend. Abel Kipsang in 2nd place as we speak. Manangoi, Cheruiyot, still packed there. That is Abel Kipsang, Kamare Tiang. Reynold Kipkorir taking the lead for the first time. Timothy Cheruiyot coming from the outside. This is now getting very, very interesting. It is getting interesting. It is a Tiang falling further back, but Timothy Cheruiyot coming from the outside. Reynold Kipkorir is still in the lead, but Timothy Cheruiyot decides to take matters into his own hands. Will he make it to the tape? It is Timothy Cheruiyot. Is he back to his best? Let's wait and see. Timothy Cheruiyot and then Reynold Kipkorir and Abel Kipsang in that order. This has been fascinating, just the way you predicted it.
What a race it has been. That's why I told you it's going to be epic. It's good to see Timothy Cheruiyot back to his guns again. The 2019 winner in Doha has done it again here. But again, we'll be all looking for Kenyans and saying, wow, what a race this has been. He's now qualified for the World Championships in Doha, in Budapest, Hungary. We'll be looking at how he will conquer the world now. Timothy Cheruiyot back at his best. What a race it has been.
Timothy Cheruiyot, of course, world champion in 2019 in Doha, Qatar. Did not do really well in Oregon, but then look at him right now. He said that he's coming back to his best form, and you can see how he took the last 150 meters. We knew that something special was coming. But watch out also, Reynold Kipkorir and Abel Kipsang, very, very, very good athletes who have really made this 1,500 meters something we'll all be talking about throughout the day. But now it's time for the steeplechase, the women's steeplechase. As we look at how things unfolded, it was Reynold Kipkorir in the lead, but then watch at the way Timothy Cheruiyot looked over his left shoulder, saw Kipkorir slugging a little bit, and then decided to bounce. And when he took the lead, he was not looking back. Reynold Kipkorir celebrated even before he crossed the finishing line, and it almost cost him because Abel Kipsang was closing in, and it was a 1, 2, 3 for Timothy Cheruiyot, Reynold Kipkorir, and Abel Kipsang. And of course, this Abel Kipsang actually crossed the line in 2nd place. Reynold, who started celebrating way early before even crossing the finishing line, finished 3rd. Could we say that maybe this is a miscalculation that might have led to him? He might also maybe not qualify for Budapest.
It all depends with the qualification standards. It all depends with the time that they've set. But it's as clear as you can say that a 1, 2, 3 podium finish, as long as you beat those qualification standards, you are in for Budapest.
As we hear what Kipkorir has to say, over to Charity.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is better than being in Budapest World Athletics Championships. You will see more talent here in the middle and long distance events than what you will see in Budapest. Only the Ethiopians
Sasa kenye imepaki
and the Ugandans are
naenda kufanya na coach nione nitaleta nini huko, lakini siwezi promise nitaleta nini. Yeah.
From your experience in the last races ukirepresent Team Kenya, ni nini sana sana umeona as Team Kenya mnafaa kufanya ndio at least mu make sure medals zote zinakuja kwenu?
Yeah. Takana tufanya bidii sana ndio tupate kupata ile medal. Napenda venye Timothy alikuwa anakimbia 2019, siko nimekimbia 1500 meters. Sasa kama Timothy atafikia hapo, naona hiyo medal tutaleta.
All the best and thank you so much. That was the 1500 meters final where we had Timothy Cheruiyot, the former world champion, saying that he's hoping that he's going to reclaim his title at Budapest. And then he was followed by Reynold Kipkorir, the former under-20 champion, and Abel Kipsang taking the third slot for the 1500 meters. From here, from the flash court side, we take you back to the commentary zone.
And those are the results of the 1,500 meters men final. Timothy Cheruiyot, the former world champion, finishing first in a time of 3 minutes 34.01 seconds ahead of Abel Kipsang, Belet 3 minutes 34.30 seconds. Reynold Kipkorir finishing third in a time of 3 minutes 34.34 seconds. Charles Keboy came in fourth. Kamare Tiang, who led for the first 2 laps, coming in 5th place, 3 minutes 37.34. Festus Lagat, 3 minutes 37.84. And former world champion Elijah Manangoi, 3 minutes 39.99, coming in 8th place. So gear up for the 3,000 meters steeplechase. The world record holder Beatrice Chebet posting a world lead. Beatrice Chepkoech rather. She's in this one in bib number 84. Fancy Cherono is also in this one, the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Time again for Kenya to shine in this one. But first of all, let's know who qualifies for Budapest. Watch out for Beatrice Chepkoech. That is Faith Cherotich. That is Beatrice Chepkoech. That is Celestine Biwot. That's Karen Chebet. That is Fancy Cherono in the blue. That is Diana Chepkemoi. 7.5 laps. Let's wait and see who makes it to the team in Budapest. The 3,000 meters women steeplechase final.
So we wait for the starter. Thank you.
There we go. The 3,000 meter steeplechase. Beatrice Chepkoech in really good shape this season, and she hopes to make that.
That are slightly lower than the men's barriers, the men's 3,000 meters steeplechase barriers. Let's appreciate that this young lady comes here from National Police Service. It's a world record holder. This is the world record holder, and she's here to make the Kenya team. World record holder Beatrice.
Remember Beatrice Chepkoech on your picture, bib number 84, world champion in 2019, 32 years of age.
That's a world record set a few years ago. And this will have an amazing lady from National Police Service.
Destroyed the field during the Kip Keino Classic. Seems to be back at her best after an injury hampered 2 seasons. But you look at her, she's now back to her best. Remember, she missed representing the country in Oregon. Despite so many things that happened around her, she pulled out because of an injury. And I remember talking to her in Kasarani, and she said that she was going to work hard to ensure that she's back to her best. And you can see she's leading from the front. Watch out also for Fancy Cherono, currently in second place. And Beatrice Chepkoech, of course, one of the athletes that everyone in the steeplechase world wants to emulate, the world record holder, the 2019 world champion.
Most definitely, when you're an icon, you're definitely an icon, and everyone is looking for you. Just like in the previous race, we've seen Beatrice Chebet failing to it. So once you become an icon, everyone is looking for you to make the top honors. Unfortunately for athletics, there's no direct qualification for you. You still have to come, qualify, gun it out with the rest of the squad, and see if you can make the team. Remember, many other athletes are still fighting for the same positions, so you have to come out and prove yourself once again. It's a never-ending cycle, if you ask me.
And of course, we talk about Beatrice Chepkoech. Remember, on 9th of June, when Faith Kipyegon set the 5,000 meters world record, she actually paced it for her. Beatrice Chepkoech was the pace setter in that one, and it just showed you that she has what it takes to, let's try out something else. But she's currently in second place, just behind Jacqueline Chepkoech. Remember, Jacqueline Chepkoech is the Commonwealth champion, won in Birmingham last year. She's now toe-to-toe with the world record holder, Beatrice Chepkoech. Look at them jumping those hurdles beautifully. In third place, of course, is Faith Cherotich. Haven't seen much of Fancy Cherono to this point, but it's now between the Commonwealth champion and the world record holder, Beatrice Chepkoech and Jacqueline Chepkoech. So this is the 3,000 meters steeplechase final. Beatrice Chepkoech in cruise control of this one. We're talking about her setting the pace for Faith Kipyegon when she broke the world record in the 5,000 meters. And I like the way she's gliding over the hurdles. It's not jumping, it's gliding, because long time ago you could see it was all about jumping the hurdles, and techniques have changed, and it's all about how well you glide over the hurdles into the water jump and how you go over those barriers. Beatrice Chepkoech still in the lead. Jacqueline Chepkoech in second place. Three laps to go. It's Jacqueline Chepkoech and Beatrice Chepkoech. Beatrice in Fancy Cherono's fallen way back. So it's the two Chepkoech, that's Beatrice and Jacqueline, currently leading the way. Former world champion Beatrice Chepkoech rather, and the Commonwealth champion Jacqueline Chepkoech in second place. Faith Cherotich currently occupying third place. That's Beatrice Chepkoech leading the way. Jacqueline Chepkoech in second place. The Commonwealth champion in second place. The former world champion in first place. 2 laps to go. Faith Cherotich in third place, the world junior champion. She's known for her blistering pace, but today it seems that she's fallen way back. And Beatrice Chepkoech just showing us the signs of what's to come. She's very confident this season and seems that everything is taking place just as she wanted. And I just love the way she takes that water jump. Not falling into the water, but actually using her experience and technique, the 32-year-old, to glide over the barriers in such an easy way as they head to the bell. Beatrice Chepkoech, Faith Chepkoech in second place, the world junior champion Faith Cherotich in third place. This is a Beatrice Chepkoech race to lose because she's in cruise control of everything. What can she do? Can she produce another magic moment here? It's not going to be the fastest time in the world, but then Beatrice Chepkoech just showing us that she's back after seasons hampered with injuries, losing her world crown. She's back in contention for the World Athletics Championships, and she's going to Budapest. It's only a matter of time before she crosses the finishing line into the last 100 meters. One barrier to go, the water jump and the last barrier. But Beatrice Chepkoech stretching that lead. It's about 20 meters. Jacqueline Chepkoech trying to catch up in second. The world junior champion Faith Cherotich in third place, but that is Beatrice Chepkoech back to her best. We'll be looking at the time, of course, and she's really confident, jogging her way to the finishing line. And of course, the Commonwealth champion Jacqueline Chepkoech finishing in second, so it's 9 minutes, 9.44 seconds for Beatrice Chepkoech, the world record holder over the 3,000 meters. The Commonwealth champion coming in second, and of course the world junior champion Faith Chepkoech coming in third.
I think the talk of the town will be Jacqueline Chepkoech for making it. What a run! She's been leading the pack from the onset. One thing that really helps her, if you ask me, look how strong she is with her strides, her stamina and strength coming in show. I mean, that was such an epic race, if you ask me. She's finally made it. And we can only hope that she will also make it for the country in Budapest, Hungary.
Beatrice Chepkoech, of course, back to her best, winning the 3,000 meters steeplechase.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, things are going well here at the as we see the top athletes making Team Kenya.
Faith Cherotich finished third in this one. And of course, the Commonwealth champion, Javelin Chepkoech, coming in second. So that's the end of the 3,000 meter steeplechase, won by the world record holder, the 2019 champion, Beatrice Chepkoech. There you go, gliding over the barrier. Look at how confident she was heading towards the home stretch. It was like she was as clear as daylight. You can see where the Commonwealth champion was quite a distance, and that shows you the pedigree the 32-year-old has coming into this point.
I mean, if you do ask me, look at the distance she's won by creating at least a 30-meter distance, if you ask me. Just shows you how fast she is, how well prepared she was for this. What a strong athlete she is. Beatrice Chepkoech finishing at first place. Javelin Chepkoech. Remember Javelin Chepkoech at the age 18 won the gold medal at the 2022 Commonwealth Championships. Faith Cherotich coming in the third place. Celestine Jepgosgei at fourth. Diana Chipkemei.
So and then on last year I had a stress fracture. I was really in good shape last year, but due to stress fracture.
Unaona hiyo medal unarudia?
Yeah, that's my aim now. That's my goal. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. That was Beatrice Chepkoech. She's the 3,000 meter steeplechase world record holder and also a champion in the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Beatrice finished first in the finals. She was followed by Javelin Chepkoech, who won bronze during the World Under-20 Championships held here in Nairobi. And then Faith Cherotich took the third place during the trials. And then we have a small correction in the men's 1,500 meters. We have Timothy Cheriot taking the first one, and then Abel Kipsang taking the second position, and Reynold taking the third position in the men's 1,500 meters final. From here, from the mix zone, we take you back to the commentary.
Yes, as we await for the start of the 800 meters women final. That was Charity talking to Beatrice Chepkoech, and of course Purity, not Purity, but Javelin Chepkoech, the Commonwealth champion. It's very interesting to have a former world champion, a Commonwealth champion, and a world junior champion representing the country at the global stage. This might be one of the reasons why we might also fancy the 3,000 meter steeplechase women for gold, silver, and bronze.
It will be important for Kenya to have a clean sheet at the podium finish. It will be something very, very remarkable. Looking at Beatrice Chepkoech Sitonik, she has specialized in the 3,000 meter steeplechase, and she won a gold medal at the 2019 World Championships. And remember, a year back at the African Championships in 2018, she also won a gold medal. And in the 1,500 meters, Chepkoech took silver at the 2018 Commonwealth Games and a bronze medal at the 2015 African Games. So you can basically say, for her coming here and winning is not by fluke, not by chance, but it's something that she's always been preparing for this and knowing what she wants. She's a specialist in this. So going to Budapest and making the team, Kenyans expect that gold medal as well.
Of course, we hope that with the better preparations and of course the urge to improve, say, the ranking, the status, and of course ensuring that Kenya has the pride it's always had in the steeplechase. Then the three, Beatrice, Faith, and Javelin, will give us some hope in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Faith Cherotich being the world junior champion, Beatrice Chepkoech, the world record holder, and of course Jacqueline Chepkoech, the Commonwealth champion from 2022 in Birmingham. So the 3,000 meters steeplechase women final is done as we await for yet another blistering event, the 800 meters women final. Mary Moraa, Susan Lukayo Ejore, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, Naomi Korir, Nomgracious Chepchumba, Sylvia Chemutai Chasebe, Penina Muthoni Mutisia, Josephine Agostino, and Perina Lokure Nakang. That's the lineup for the women 800 meters final. Afterwards, we'll have the 800 men final, then the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Also coming up, the 100 meters final. Be waiting to see the outcome from that. But wherever you are, this is day 2 of the trials for the World Athletics Championships happening here at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. Coming up is the 800 meters women final. The athletes walking on the trackway to the starting point. All eyes, of course, will be on Mary Moraa. Won the 400 meters here yesterday.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate these young ladies as they come forward. Women's 800 meters finals. And appreciate a beautiful lady there, Mary Moraa. Mary Moraa, Roman.
So Mary Moraa in focus.
Let's appreciate all of them. So once again, we see there some amazing races to come.
Mary Moraa, remember, won bronze in Oregon behind Athing Mu of the United States and Kelly Hodgson of the United Kingdom. So she'll be aiming at improving her time and, of course, the medal she won in Oregon last year. So she's here in the lineup for the 800 meters women final. That is Susan Lokoyo Ejore. So Mary Moraa will not be competing in that one, but that's Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, and that's Naomi Korir, highly rated. That is Penina Mudhoni Mutisia completing the lineup. So Mary Moraa will not be competing the 800 meters. She was to be running in lane number 5. So 2 laps of this one, the 800 meters women final.
Sylvia Chemagui Chese, Nob Glorious Jepti, Perina Lokure Nakang, Susan Lokaye Jore, some of the athletes that are gunning for this. Mary Moraa supposed to be running on lane 5. The Diamond League champion is absent. The 800-meter women's final. Look at their faces, how tense they are. The tension in the air can be felt on the screens and on the commentary booth on the mic. Ready to go, ready for the gun. Who's gonna be on that final list and a plane ticket to Budapest? We have some big names in this. I mean, Gregory Beleni, who else do you expect to make the Kenya team, apart from the obvious Mary Moraa, who will be maybe gunning for a gold medal in Budapest? Who else do you think can make it for Kenya?
Did you just watch the 1500 meters women final? Then unexpected won the race. So, and that shows you that anyone who gets an invitation to come for the trials, to participate in the trials, has the capability of representing the country in whichever capacity, and that is Penina Mudhoni Mutisia, a very brilliant young athlete, also competing in the 800 meters. And off we go, the 2-lap race. All I can say is that the one who gets the tactics right and takes the on the inside lane and comfortably sits in front has a chance.
They're going for the fast lane. Susan Lokaye Jore, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, Naomi Korir, Nom Glorious Jepchumba, Sylvia Chematui Chesebe, Penina Mudhoni Mutisia, Josephine Tian Agostino, and Perina Lokure Nakang. There they go. Susan Lokaye Jore started at lane 4, taking the lead there. Should be Penina Mudhoni Mutisia. Lane 8 should be Penina Mudhoni Mutisia. At the bell, there we go. Look at them pushing for the gun. Vivian Chebet Kiprotich pushing him. At second lane was Sylvia Chemutai Chesebe trying to cut in the last lane. It will be epic. Kiprotich still pushing. And look at the strain on their faces right there. Definitely Mutisia not giving this. Chesebe still pushing for this. Penina Mudhoni Mutisia coming in at the final corner. Who's gonna win this? She's still gunning for this at the inner end. Look at her. Penina Mudhoni Mutisia and Josephine Tian Agostino, Vivian Chebet Kiprotich. Look at them pushing for the final lap. She strains to it, but finally making it. Just by a whisker as Kiprotich comes in 7. It will be Penina Mudhoni Mutisia for the top honors.
I told you it's anyone's to take, and you watched how Penina, we talked about her before the race started. I told you, a very, very brilliant athlete. I've watched her over the few seasons, over the last few seasons. I've watched her how she's taking care of her business in the 800 meters. Trust you me, it's just a matter of time and experience. This young lady, Penina Mudhoni Mutisia, has what it takes. Remember, she was born in 2004.
Amazing. What a young lady. She's not even on Google. She's not like Mary Moraa. She's not on Google.
She's here to be on Google representing Southern, and she's here. Actually, you could see she was grimacing to us the last few meters in the end, but then she just showed you how well she is, and she's like, I'm almost ready to take over the world, because remember, Moraa, how old is she? another youngster just rose through the ranks the other day. So it's all about these youngsters, and I believe right now, with this age group, they can dominate the world for quite a while.
If you ask me, this is the beauty of athletics. If it was football, you would have said Mary Moraa did not participate because someone fixed the match. But this is athletics. You run, you win, everyone sees it. It's 1, 2, 3 finish. It's amazing. What a young lady we've seen there. And that's what I'm talking about when you talk about development in athletics in Kenya. At least you can say, yes, we do have Mary Moraa. But even as Mary Moraa goes to her prime and retires, Mutisia will be taking over the mantle.
My friend, they might just be retiring at the same time because they are almost age mates, as we see, because Mary Moraa, former world junior champion, and of course, bronze medalist in Oregon. She's just shown the rest that we still have what it takes to in the 800 meters. Remember, this is a race that has produced stars over the years. Look at Mutisia. She knew that she was in cruise control. And remember when I told you, when they take the inside lane and you stay in the front, a few meters ahead of the rest, it's so difficult to catch anyone in that position. David Rudisha used the same tactic. Mary Moraa has been using the same tactic. Pamela Jelimo, the former world champion, used the same tactic. Janet Debkoske, who's now a coach to the likes of Chepchirchir, who won the 1500 meters, used the same tactics. But look at Penina Mutisia. She knew that this is my race. Whatever it takes, I'm going with this one.
I mean, you can say, what an amazing race it has been. And when you talk about tactics, it goes back to the coaches. What she's been learning all the time through her coaches, and they've done an amazing job. But I'm just happy to see such a youngster taking over. Mary Moraa is only 23 years old. So if we can have maybe 4 or 5 other athletes coming up for the top honors to claim the top honors, then Kenya in the 800 meters will be the champions of the world for quite a long time.
Those are the results of the 800 meters women final. Penina Mudhoni, of course, winning in a time of 1 minute 59.55 seconds. Vivian Chebet Kiprotich, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Naomi Korir coming in third. Susan Lokayo Jore coming in fourth. Nomogracious Chepchirchir in fifth place. Sylvia Chemutai Chesebe and Penina Lokure Nakang, Josephine Tian in that order. But we quickly shift our attention to the other race that we had gold in Oregon, the 800 meters men final.
That's another thriller if you ask me. But that's on the screens. Look at who's won it. Penina Mudhoni Mutisia at 1.59. Vivian Chebet Kiprotich coming in second at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Naomi Korir coming in at 2 minutes and 1 second. Susan Lokaya Jore, now Glorious Jepkoech, Sylvia Chematui Chesebe, Penina Lokure, and Josephine Tian Agustino finishing it up. Over to you now, Charity, as we hear the interviews.
Competition imekuwa maana imekuwa kali kiasi.
Ilikuwa tough juu nilikuwa najua wenye tuko nao pia wamejiprepare.
Taktiki yako itakuwa gani kwa sababu kwa 800 meters kuna competition kali sana?
Na ngoja pia kocha nieleze vile nimefanya leo na pia mimi nieleze vile nimesikia ndio tupange vile itakuwa.
Thank you so much, Vivian. That is Vivian. She has finished second in the women's 800. That is Vivian Chebet Kiprotich of the KDF. She has finished second in the women's 800 meters final. The first one was Penina Mutisia. She's finished first. And then Vivian, followed by Susan Lokayo Ejore. All are fairly new faces, hoping that we will finally have new young athletes taking up in the 800 meters competition. From the mixed zone side, we take you back to the commentary booth.
Thank you so much, Charity. And we are moving on to the 800 meters men final. Ferguson Rotich, silver medal in Tokyo. Kelvin Kimutai, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, the youngster, Collins Kipruto, Wycliffe Kimanyal, who produced some splendid race yesterday on day one in the semi-final. Alex Ngeno keeping a teach, who finished second in the first semi-final yesterday. Collins Tuwei and Elias Ngeny. Those are the athletes to take part in the 800 meters men final. This promises to be very interesting.
Of course, all eyes will be going for 18-year-old Emmanuel Wanyonyi. who specialized in 800 meters. But look, he was placed fourth at the 2022 World Athletics Championships. That was last year. And Wanyonyi won a gold medal at the 2021 World Under-20 Championship, setting up a championship record in the process. Now, he's the man to beat this season. Remember, also Wanyonyi this year, from the Kip Keino Classics, he's run, if you ask me, about 4 or 5 races. The Guepa race in South Africa, the Okpepe race in Nigeria, and he's been champion in both races. Now, let's take time to see how he can managing the national team and setting up a record here too.
As Collins Kipruto in lane number 4. That is Wycliffe Kinyamal, comes from the same county as David Rudisha, the current world record holder. And then that is Cornelius Tuwei. Elias Ngeny. Watch out for these young men. This talented group of athletes who wants to showcase why they are the best in the 800 meters. So Ferguson Rotich in lane number 1. Emmanuel Wanyonyi in lane number 3. The fastest man in the world over the 800 meters at the moment. As we await for the start of this one. Tension already evident, and you can feel, and now a little bit of sunshine makes it even more interesting. It was quite windy and chilly in the morning, but heading towards the business end of things here, we're witnessing sunshine. And of course, I know you are profiling the likes of Ferguson Rotich, and maybe this is his last chance to represent Kenya at the World Championships.
You might say so. At 33 years of age, he's such a veteran. But remember, he has a personal best of 1.4254 minutes, and he represented Kenya at the 2013 World Championships in athletics and was a gold medalist at the 4x800 meters at the 2014 IAAF World Relays.
Just look how powerful Wanyonyi gets off the blocks and takes the inside lane. He likes running from the front, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, and you can see the 18-year-old in bib number 31 on your screens, taking the lead as usual. He wants to take matters into his own hands, but watch out for Kinyamal also. Watch out for Alfred Kipngetich, Alex Kipngetich, and this man, Kelvin Kimutai Loti, who is currently trying to ensure that he stays up there. But Emmanuel Wanyonyi, in typical fashion, leading from the front, heading to the bell. Kinyamal has not yet made a move. As they head to the bell, it's Emmanuel Wanyonyi showing why he is the best 800-meter athlete in the world at the moment. 300 meters to go. Wanyonyi is sprinting away from the rest. Ferguson Rotich falling way back, but then watch out for Kelvin Kimutai Loti, trying so hard to stay afloat, but Emmanuel Wanyonyi now they're facing, that is Kimanyal from the outside. It is getting very interesting. It is very interesting. It is between Wanyonyi, Kinyamal. It is also, watch out for this man, Alex Kipngetich Ngeny, but look out at Wanyonyi, sprinting all the way and telling his lad, calm down, I got this.
Oh my good Lord. What a race it has been. Emmanuel Wanyonyi. That guy, Emmanuel Wanyonyi. I can simply say in Kiswahili, huyu kijana ana mapafu ya kifaru. This guy has lungs, and his lungs can hold hair.
And just look at her coach, at his coach rather, Janet Jepkosgei, congratulating him, Wanyonyi. They, at one point they thought that, okay, it was all gone. He was in second place, but then he decided, you know what, I'm the man who rules the world at the moment. Look at him. That was a very confident take towards the last end of this one. And Alex Kipngetich tried really hard coming from the inside, but Emmanuel Wanyonyi decided to ensure that his name remains on top there. You can see him telling Kipngetich, relax, I got this. Winning the 800 meters men final. This has been a fascinating race. Emmanuel Wanyonyi showing us that he might just be the one to retain that title in the absence of Emmanuel Korir.
I mean, with such performances, every single Kenyan row, eyebrows, everyone is excited for him. And I told you yesterday, Emmanuel Wanyonyi, coming from where I come from, we, the people of Murembe Nation, are so happy. We can also say, Abandu Vosi, we are so happy.
And of course, Ferguson Rotich coming in third place. We're waiting to see and hear what they all had to say. This has been very, very, very interesting, the 800 meters men final. And we also have the 3,000 meters steeplechase coming up. That will be happening in a bit. But everyone was up on their feet when they saw Kipngetich versus Wanyonyi in the 800 meters. And right now, I'll be handing you over to Charity as we check on the official timings. We'll be giving you that in a bit, but first of all, let's hear what Charity has to say
let me
with Kipngetich
my coach
on the other side.
and my training mates, because if it was not of them, I could have not made the team. Yes.
Thank you so much. We are waiting for Emmanuel Wanyonyi before. Alex Nyayo is making his first appearance for Team Kenya. The race was quite brutal, as you've seen. We're waiting for Emmanuel Wanyonyi to tell us how he finally feels about booking his ticket, because yesterday he gave a strong defense and ensured that he's qualified for the finals. In a short while, we'll be having Wanyonyi.
Shadrach, I know the 3,000 meters steeplechase will excite you because of the rich history we have. What do you expect from the lineup in this one?
I mean, looking at Abraham Kibiwot of National Police Service, Leonard Kipkemoi Bet, an individual, Benjamin Kiget, Kenya Defence Forces, Amos Serem, an individual, and also don't forget Conseslus Kipruto Zia and Emmanuel Wafula. This is such an epic race too. I'm expecting quite some waves to be going with this, based on how these athletes, on their records, based on how their records are and how they'll be performing individually. Once again, I'd like to thank you for those of us who are just joining us live at Nyayo Stadium. This is Athletics Kenya TV. You can always catch us up on our Facebook page. Give us a comment and tell us what you think. How's your day so far? I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for joining in. My name's Andenga Odinga of the commentary microphone together with Gregory Mlemi. I'll be so happy to be reading some of your comments. For those of us that are catching us live for whichever part of the country, thank you so much for tuning in. Abraham Kiplagat, thank you so much for your message. Adriel says that this is on as we get ready for the 3,000 men's final. They are lining up for that. Nelson Kipkemoi, thank you so much. Stella Chebet says that Rotich got experience for this. Sharon Atieno says congratulations, Wanyonyi. Binti Flora Jose says keep watch. Richard says he's watching from Washington. Asante sana Komihendo Richard from Washington. Thank you so much. Austin Bohemba watching live from 019. The participants of the 3,000 meters men's final, like goes on your screen, Abraham Kibiwot is right there. There they go by the gun.
So nimefurahia kwanza kitu ya kwanza kumake team.
Thank you so much. We wish you all the best. Okay.
They're not gonna push fast as they keep on sizing each other. But look out on that guy, Abraham Kibiwot, a steeplechase runner who's a bronze medalist of the African Championships in Athletics in 2016. His personal best is 8:09:25 minutes, set in 2016. Kibiwot made his international debut at the 2013 African Youth Athletics Championships, taking in 5th in the 2,000 meters steeplechase event. He represents the National Police Service. Conseslus Kipruto is another guy to be looking out. They're taking it slowly in the meantime. No hurry. They size each other up. Remember when Conseslus Kipruto, back in the days when he was starting, what a champions pushing for Ezekiel Kembois, the legendary steeplechase athlete, on his retirement during his prime. Kipruto was the 2016 Rio Olympic champion, and at the World Athletics Championships, Kipruto won gold medals in 2017 and 2019. He also won a silver medal in 2013 and 2015, a bronze, and in the 2022, simply last year. There they go. Thank you so much for those of us who are taking their time. Alfred Regan says Kipruto is the man to watch. Stella Chebet say, Konse my guy, hope you'll make it. Thank you so much. Rashid Rajab Sudi, he says that ayesa masi sasa nitaanza na wewe, na kama si wewe ni kisi come inbox to mingle. Wewe wacha unakuja kukatiana hapa kwa Facebook. Binti Flora Jose says we have another Emmanuel Afula here. Thank you so much. There they go, gunning for the bell right there as they take in the corner. A lot of these athletes will be pushing themselves for this event as we try to reclaim the glory that was set there by the legendary Ezekiel Kemboi, Abraham Kibiwot, Conseslus Kipruto, Emmanuel Wafula, Amos Serem, Benjamin Keegan, Leonard Kipkemoi Bet, pushing for the top honors. The big question is who will make it to Budapest, Hungary to represent Kenya. We're all right here. Gregory Mulemi, who do you think in this race has some of the best time to you? If you ask me, I'm seeing Conseslus Kipruto. I'm also seeing Emmanuel Wafula making maybe a surprise, but Conseslus Kipruto stands out for me.
Of course, the only medalist in the steeplechase in Oregon, winning bronze behind Girma and El Bakali. So everyone will be fancying, rather everyone will be like, we think Kipruto can still do it, because after Kemboi, we all were looking at him. He's not raced much this season, but he's facing stiff competitions. Look at the likes of Abraham Kibiwot. They are currently in second place. But right now it's really, really tight. We can say it's all about trying to get back to where we were, because it's we were dethroned the world title, the Olympic crown, and right now the record, of course, has gone to Ethiopia, which is very, very interesting. Girma, the current world record holder over the 3,000 meter steeplechase, he'll be the man to watch. Bakali, the Moroccan, the current world champion, the current Olympic champion. The two are the main focus. Right now it's not about who finishes top here, but how do we get and slice the two guys, the Moroccan and the Ethiopian.
You're right. You just mentioned El Bakali. Do you have anyone that can topple him? He's now the star of the world.
Of course, he's the star of the world, but remember, we also have a world champion, a former world champion here from Doha, Qatar. Conseslus Kipruto won gold in Doha, won bronze in Oregon. So he's back trying to ensure that they dethrone El Bakali, who's been very, very dominant over the last 3 or so years. But look at how confident these athletes are. They look really, really strong, and you are not sure if it is Kipruto, Abraham Kibiwot, or even the likes of Benjamin Keegan who will take the mantle. But it's very, very interesting. 2 laps to go, and you can still see no one wants to commit.
Definitely, the park right now has been separated. you can clearly see who are the men and who are the boys. And to me, when you talk about Sofiane El Bakkali, his records, and this guy is the 2020 Tokyo Olympic champion and having previously finished fourth at the 2016 Rio Olympics. But over the years, we've seen El Bakkali getting better and better. And over the years, we've seen Kenyans diminishing on the same event over and over. You can say pretty much after Ezekiel Kemboi retired, we expected Cornelis Conseslus Kipruto to take over, but that really hasn't happened because he just hasn't been consistent on the global stage over the years.
Injuries and off-track issues have been hampering Conseslus' consistency, but Abraham Kibiwot also has the degree to, let's say, try and compete the likes of Girma and Bakkali over the 3,000 meters steeplechase, as we look at what they are trying to do with 1.5 laps to go in this one. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Conseslus reacts, because you can see he's fallen further back. He's grimacing. It looks like he's not fit, and he's been left so much behind. Kibiwot looks a more realistic medal prospect in Budapest, but at the moment it's all about who finishes in the top 3 positions, and of course the math will be how do they dethrone Bakkali and Girma. It's the problem that is facing Kenya at the moment, because we've been so dominant in the steeplechase over the years. Every time we talk about steeplechase, Kenya must come into the picture. It's not the same anymore.
And of course I have to ask you, in Kiswahili we normally say swali la kizushi. Emmanuel Wafula, what do you think? We the people of Mulembe Nation, are we happy?
And of course we'll be hoping that Emmanuel Wanyonyi, the Wafula, the youngster, will come up and try and do something, but surprisingly Conseslus has fallen out of the race again with 1 lap to go. He's out of the race, which means maybe he'll not be going to Oregon, but watch out for the likes of Abraham Kibiwot down there, trying so hard to ensure that they book their ticket. It is Leonard Bett and Abraham Kibiwot currently fighting for the top positions. Conseslus is out. Who will it be? Who will board the plane rather to Budapest? Kibiwot looks over his shoulder. He sees that he's in a very, very comfortable position at the moment. But that is Simon Koech in the lead at the moment. Abraham Kibiwot in second place, taking the last barrier, and it is Simon Kiprop Koech winning that one. Abraham Kibiwot will settle for second place. Change of guard.
You said we might be facing some prizes, as major upsets also always causes some headaches. What a race it has been for the 3,000 men's final. What a race. Look at the winner, how fatigued he is. Wow, this has been it. This has been it. We're looking at Simon Kiprop Koech. Who expected him anyway to win? You talked about Conseslus Kipruto. I think he came in last or something like that.
Conseslus just fell out of the race. He must have pulled an injury or something. We are yet to know. Pulled out of the race with 1 lap to go. But that's the man in the picture, bib number 71, Abraham Kibiwot, who finished second behind Simon Kiprop Koech. Of course, they'll be looking at representing Kenya in Budapest. That has been the 3,000 meter steeplechase final. So I'll be handing you over to Charity to speak to the winner.
Graduate
Kiprop Koech.
vizuri sana to the senior level. How do you feel about it na sasa umemake kwenda World Championship?
Kwangu mimi sina lolote la kusema, lakini ni furaha tele juu hii imekuwa ndoto yangu kuweza kuprogress from youth junior to senior level. So I really thank God for this. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. Uta proceed your side ingine for the other interviews. We also have Abraham Kibiwot. Abraham is the Commonwealth Games champion. Abu. Habari ya siku mingi?
Sana ukaje?
Unafeel aje sai?
Niko na furaha sana, nimeweka timu ya Kenya. Naomba Mungu tukienda huko tutaenda kushinda vizuri.
Finally unaenda ku-upgrade upate world title?
I think this time naomba Mungu ni train vizuri nisipate any injury. Ndio nikienda huko hata nipate any medal. Hii ni siku ya pili nikienda. Ni siku ya tatu hii nikienda world championship. But I but anything, but I think this time nitapata. Yes.
Thank you so much. We also have Leonard Bet. You'll proceed to the other side. We also have Leonard Bet, the former World Under-20 champion. Leonard, congratulations, Team Kenya finally. Unafeel aje na El Bakali, unaona mtadil aje na ye?
Okay, thank you so much. We are going to work as a team. If at all we need to bring back the dominance of Steeplechase, so teamwork will be the best. Yeah.
Na sahi kulingana na the evolution ya vile watu wana train for Steeplechase, unaona aje, you up to the game?
Yeah, of course, we are training to more so to bring back the victory and maybe to bring the dominance of Steeplechase. But of course, other people in their country are also they are training to beat us. So everyone is training for the victory, and we also are trying to bring the victory home. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Leonard. Those are the three guys who have qualified for the World Championships. We have Simon Koech, who was a former World Under-20 medalist, and then we have Abraham Kibiwot finishing in second place, and Leonard Bet. All of them have a similar message of returning the Kenya's glory of the Steeplechase event. From here, from the commentary booth, from the mix zone, we take you back to the commentary booth.
Thank you so much, Charity. As we head towards the business end of events here at the Nyayo National Stadium, of course, that has been the 3,000 meter steeplechase that was won by Simon Kiprop Koech and Abraham Kibiwot coming in second and Leonard Bet in third. So those are the official results. Simon Kiprop winning in a time of 8 minutes 25.55 seconds. Abraham Kibiwot 8 minutes 26.45 and Leonard Bet 8 minutes 26.99 seconds. So that's done in the 3,000 meters men final. Now we're back for the 100 meters final. That should be completing the day on this very good day of athletics, of course, happening here at the Nyayo National Stadium. So coming up is the 100 meters. So the 100 meters women final, Monica Safania in the lineup, Esther Mbagari, Kenya Prison Service, Eunice Kadogo of Kenya Police Service, Jacinta Nyamuhange of Uganda. They'll be competing in that one. We'll finish the day with the 100 meters men final with 8 athletes: Isaac Omuro, Samuel Chege, Boniface Otunga, Wiseman Were, Ferdinand Omanyala, Stephen Odhiambo, Dan Kiviasi, and Stephen Otieno Oluoch.
Basi huyo ni kocha wa zamani wa Harambee Stars Coastal Plain ambaye pia amefika hapa kushuhudia riadha. Unajua riadha ndio sports number 1 katika nchi yetu tukufu. Wengine wamesema hapana swimming, lakini swali tu rais, nani wanaleta medali kwa dunia kwa Olympic? Ni riadha. Kwa hivyo kila mmoja amefika hapa kushuhudia mashindano na tumeweza kuona Coastal ambaye kwa kocha wa Harambee Stars na yuko nasi hapa. Kumbuka mgeni rasmi kwa mashindano haya. Yuko bado nasi ni katibu wa kudumu katika Wizara ya Michezo ambaye ni injinia.
So we're getting ready for the 100 meters women final. 4 athletes, Safania Mbagari, Kadogo Mundandafu, and Jacinta Nyamohange. Esther Kadogo, of course, the favorite in this one, 11.47. As they walk towards the starting line. If you're joining us, we are towards the business end of events here. At the Nyayo National Stadium as the sprinters make it to the track. You can see Kadogo, Safania, Nyamuhange, and Mbagari.
It's very difficult to find them anywhere else apart from at the trials, Olympic trials, or the World Championships trials. That is why you're here. It is free. It's your country. That is why we want everybody to be coming to support these runners as we await the starter, Katam, and his team to give us the men's movie, to give us the 100 meters movie. So,
for the 100 meters,
so once again, the first event is
11.08 is the time, the standard entry time for the World Athletics Championship. So in lane number 4 will be Monica Safania, in lane number 5 Esther Mbagari, in lane number 6 Eunice Kadogo, and in lane number 7 Jacinta Nyamuhange of Uganda. But that's the way it ended in the 3,000 meter steeplechase, with Simon Kiprop Koech winning that one ahead of Abraham Kibiwot and Leonard Bett. So 4 athletes in the women 100 meters. So we're getting ready for the start of the 100 meters, which is the second last event of the day. That's Esther Mbagari, the national champion, in lane number 5. And that is Eunice Kadogo, the national record holder over the 100 meters. She'll be running in lane number 6. And then we'll have Jacinta Nyamuhange and Monica Safania. Nyamuhange in lane number 7. Trying to locate where Safania is.
Basi asante sana wenzangu kule juu, wenzangu Steve kwa yetu
So it's 3 to compete in the 100 meters women final.
Ni wakati sasa mashindano ya mita 100 kinadada fainali katika majaribio haya ya kuchagua timu ya taifa na itaelekea kule Budapest iweza kuwakilisha nchi yetu ya Kenya katika mashindano ya riadha ya ulimwengu. Basi katika shindano hili mili ya tano ni Steeplechase.
Steeplechase will be running in lane number 5.
Mili ya sita ni bingwa zamani wa taifa,
former national champion Eunice Kadogo, and Jacinta Namahunge of Uganda. So the three will be battling it out in the 100 meters women final. So we await for the start of the 100 meters. So this has to be very, very interesting indeed. Three ladies in this one. Monica Safani, of course, not competing in this one. Pulled an injury, I understand. But it's now time for these three ladies to try and attain the 11.05 second qualification time to represent the country, their respective countries, of course, in Budapest. Will it happen today? Will we have the first? Will it have it for the first time ever? So there we go, off smoothly, and watch out from Mbagari off the blocks very nicely, and she's steaming towards victory. It is Mbagari versus Namuhunge, and Mbagari will take it 11.47, winning the 100 meters women final. And Mbagari, we've been talking about her over the last few weeks. She's slowly taking over the sprints.
What a race it has been. But she's showing how strong she is. Running at lane 5 right there. Esther Mbagari. She's a pretty much, you can say, tall, well built. She can beat the air so well, you know, but at the world stage, getting to these events, of course, she has to compete against the likes of Shakari and others. So what an event it has been.
Of course, we've witnessed plenty of action here at the Nyayo National Stadium, and of course, that is Mbagari for you. I know she'll be sharing her views in a bit, but look at how well she took off the blocks. Eunice Kadogo, the former national champion, tried to close in, but watch out at Namuhange. She dropped her shoulders a little bit, Namuhange, and I think that gave Mbagari the chance to steam forward, and look at how confident she was halfway through the 100 meters, and there you go. She went all the way. Look at how well she took that, finishing in a time of 11.47 seconds. It's still unofficial, yes, but quite something that we are ready to talk about over the years. Mbagari, an upcoming talent, really fresh, and you can see the former national champion Kadogo could not match what Mbagari had to offer.
It's all about how you start to. I think Mbagari started so well by the gun. Her start was so amazing well, and the way she picks up, and look at there, the stars of the men's finals are just coming in. Well, of course, the starman being Ferdinand Omuru Omanyala, and of course his younger brother Isaac Kundu also will be there. I don't know if the two brothers can make it. I'm only sure of one, But it will be something phenomenal if the two brothers will make it to the finals. And the road to Budapest will be amazing. Having two brothers at least making it to the final Kenyan team. There they go. There they go. The men's final. The epic. The thriller. This will be sensational. Look at the fans just anticipating it. It will be amazing. Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omuru Omanyala. Kenya's fastest man, ranked 5th in the world. Amazing guy. This is his time. At 27 years of age, do you think maybe it is time for him to win a gold medal for Kenya? Because the more we wait, the more he gets older. He might not be able to get it if he doesn't get it right now. What do you think, Gregory Mlemi? Because my thoughts are, if Ferdinand Omanyala doesn't make it right now, at his age, Kenya might be in trouble. 27 years of age, Gregory Mlemi. My thoughts are, if Ferdinand Omanyala doesn't win a gold medal between now and next year, his time might run out.
Remember, there are athletes who've won also the Golden Crown in their 30s. Look at the likes of the former American sprinter, Tyson Gay, the 2017 world champion. So it's not really about age, but I think what we saw in London was enough to tell us that anything is possible at any particular time, and that is the lineup, of course. Justin Gatlin is the name I was looking for. Won the 100 meters, beating then champion Usain Bolt. Anything is possible. I can see us a few more years ahead of Ferdinand Omanyala, who's now running in lane number 5. 9.78 is his personal best time. Isaac Omuru, his younger brother, 10.61, the national junior champion. Of course, Wiseman Were, who's trying out the 100 meters for the first time, and that is the man himself, Ferdinand Omanyala, in bib number 4. Wiseman Were on his left. This promises to be a race that everyone will be up on their feet. I hope they don't block us here, because we've seen very, very interesting races where the fans get off their feet and it's all chaos. But the 100 meters promises to be one race that we'll be talking about, let's say, for the rest of the day.
I think right here we can talk about Ferdinand Omanyala coming first. But then we have to look for Samuel Chege Waweru and Boniface Ontuga Mweresa, the Olympian, the 2017 IAAF World Champion during the relays in Bahamas. Boniface Ontuga, if he makes it to this will be, I think, his third event or second event to qualify for Budapest. I mean, such an athlete he is. For Ferdinand Omanyala, this is his for the taking. But we have to look who else can come in second and third. And to me, my money goes to Samuel Chege Waweru and Boniface Ontuga Mweresa.
Boniface Mweresa, of course, very, very experienced coming into this one. But look at that, Omanyala and the rest of the field. You can see the spikes, the nice spikes of Ferdinand Omanyala, the man being sponsored by Adidas. Wiseman Mwere, his training partner. That is Daniel Kiviasi. They get ready, and that's Stephen Otieno Oluoch, the man representing KDF at national level. Stephen Onyango Odhiambo. There are two Stephens, and that is Omanyala. In the background, I can hear the Omanyala song, of course. In lane number 4 is Wiseman Were. Missing is lane number 3, and of course in lane number 2 we'll have Samuel Chege and Isaac Omuru in lane number 1. So that is Samuel Chege, 10.63 coming into this one.
To reach the level in the sprints. The last time we had a medal, any form of medal, there is
There, that's Omanyala for you.
And remember, he represents the National Police Service.
That is Ferdinand Omanyala, the African record holder, the national record holder over the 100 meters, the Commonwealth champion, and of course, the reigning Kip Keino Classic champion. That's Stephen Onyango of KDF 10.55.
That's the last time Kenya came back with a medal from a sprint event. And Federal Nyayo still holds that record of 110 meters hurdles.
So the last event of the day, of course, the 100 meters. And you can feel the tension around the stadium for those who attended it live here. And I'm sure also those watching at home will be like, this has been an amazing day of running and athletics, of course.
Of course, a big shout out and a big thank you to those who are watching from home and different areas around the world, to the Athletics Kenya TV, Facebook Strive, the Streamline. We have to thank you for keeping us company and getting those comments coming in. So this has been such an amazing event, and we have to go to the final event that closes the day. But of course, the big names, the big news, the big question will be who's making it to the final list of the Kenya team that will represent the country in Hungary, Budapest for the World Championships.
That's KDF, Stephen Otieno. That's Dan Kiviasi. Steve Onyango. And that is the national champion, Ferdinand Omanyala. Then that is the 400 meters hurdles national champion, the 110 meters hurdles champion, Wise Manwere, trying out in the 100 meters. And that is Samuel Chege Waweru. And lastly, Isaac Omurwa, the younger brother to Ferdinand Omanyala, who's running in lane number 5. That's Isaac for you, the national junior champion. Off we go, clean and smooth. Very nice from Wise Manwere, but then look at Isaac Omurwa and Ferdinand Omanyala streaming all the way. 9.86. Proving a point yet again, Shadrach. Who will catch him up?
Of course, he's the fastest man in Africa and ranked 5th in the world. We are talking about Ferdinand Omanyala, the only Kenyan that has made it to that over the years and made his history. The big question is, who else can join Ferdinand Omanyala and represent Kenya to at least get a medal? As things stand right now, if you ask me, at the Budapest, for the first time, Kenya is going to get a medal, at least in the 100 meters, if you ask me. But again, which medal will it be? I doubt it will be a gold, but definitely we can go for a silver or a bronze medal. But who else can join Omanyala for that honors? Look at his brother coming in so close. Daniel Kiviasi pushing for the top honors. What an athlete he's been. But I've been gunning in so much for Samuel Chege and Bonfas Mweresa on Tuga. But Daniel Kiviazi Asaba has made it so. Wasman Mwere Muhobe has surprised me, making it to this level at the final so far. It's not so much disappointing for him, but he still can go back to the drawing board and make it good for the next level.
9:86 is the unofficial time, of course. And that man, Ferdinand Omanyala, has shown the rest of the world that he still has what it takes to finish in the podium in the 100 meters men. And of course, we've seen good representation from the likes of Dan Kiviasi celebrating at the moment. Isaac Omuro, the national junior champion, tried so much but could not match up with his elder brother, Ferdinand Omanyala. On your pictures, on your screens at the moment, the man himself who is actually proving a point and making sure that he is in his best shape heading into Budapest. Congratulating Omanyala. There are his competitors. We're talking about Isaac Omura, we're talking about Dan Kiviasi, who's also had a very good race. 9:86 is the unofficial time, of course, and we'll be waiting to hear what Omanyala has to say about this one. And of course, Dan Kiviasi, who's had a very impressive 100 meters, finishing in second. And that is Wiseman Were and Ferdinand Omanyala exchanging pleasantries. Now those are the fastest men in the country at the moment. Were, Chege, Kiviasi, Omanyala, Otieno and Omurwa.
And we were pushing a few days so that we can all witness the ending of Team Kenya to the World Athletics Championships.
And of course, we'll be looking forward to what this man is, a very special man, because he's making headlines all over, has to say about his performance today. And we'll be going for the interviews in a short while with Charity. Everyone wants a piece of Omanyala at the moment here at the Nyayo National Stadium. The two brothers, and that's the official confirmation of the timings. Plus 0.8 was the wind. Ferdinand Omanyala finishing fast in 9.85. Wiseman Were finishing second, 10.36. Dan Kiviasi 10.38. Stephen Onyango 10.39, Isaac Omuro 10.50, Samuel Chege 10.55, Stephen Oloch 10.57. So Omanyala yet again to represent Kenya in Budapest next month. And that's, let's hear what he has to say about his famous win today.
Nilibook ticket ya World Champs kitambo though. Leo ilikuwa tu kugauge. Place tuko na weather pia ikakubali. Weather limekuwa poa. Jana ilikuwa bit cold. Leo imekuwa poa, kumekuwa sunny. That's what we were looking for, and to achieve goals and set sub 10 ni kitu poa.
Does it feel lonely as the only Kenyan athlete in the 100 meters?
Yeah, it does, but you know, I'm seeing people coming up. People are running 10-3s now, which is a big thing. So I'm looking forward to see more Kenyans coming up. And it's just a matter of time, and then we'll see more and more sprinters coming.
Why is your brother coming up?
He's just run as personal best today, so that's a good thing. So looking forward to next year. I'm hoping that but he's putting in the work. So it's all about progress. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ferdinand. All the best for you.
I'm fine.
Karibu, tumeona umeanza ku transition well to the senior team.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you?
It feels nice and good. I was not prepared well enough, but it's nice. Yeah.
Perhaps tuseme ungeza ku qualify. Are you looking forward to next year working hard and qualifying with your brother for the 100 meters for the Olympics?
Yeah, I want to qualify. I'm looking forward to it. I want to go back and train hard so the next year comes strong. Yeah.
Tuambie ni nini mnafanya na yeye kwa mazoezi kidogo, kwa sababu nimeona improvement leo you've posted your personal best.
Yeah.
So just training, yeah, it motivates me, I motivate him in different ways. So in training, we are training partners at home, we are brothers. So that's the difference. In training, we focus on what it has brought you there. That's the only difference, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. All the best in the forthcoming event. That was Ferdinando Manyala. He had booked his ticket for the World Championship. He was already establishing his position here during the trials, and his brother, though sadly he didn't make it, is hoping that next year during the Olympics he'll be there with competing alongside his brother. That is the final of our trials of our two-day trial. Hoping that we come here, you continue praying for Team Kenya and pray that they bring more and more medals. From the commentary side until after the team has been named, my name is Charity Wanja.
Thank you, Charity. Has been speaking to the two brothers, Ferdinand and Samuel. You look at such a scenario, it's quite rare, especially in the sprints. And is it an inspiration? And you can see the brother actually finished in position number 5, which is not bad for a youngster.
It's not bad for a youngster. I mean, his brother definitely has not only inspired him, but inspired a lot of sprinters in Kenya. Why not for Manyala right now? Kenya is a country that is not known for sprinting. So, but look at the results right there. Weissman Were Muhobe coming in second with 10.36. Manyala leading the pack with 9.85. And Daniel Kiviasi, the person that I just talked about, has made the last podium at 10.38. Unfortunate for Steve Onyango, Isaac Kundu Omurwa, the younger brother to Ferdinando Manyala, Samuel Chege Waweru and Stephen Otieno won't make the cut. Boniface Ontuga Mweresa did not finish this race. That is the person that I expected at least to push Ferdinando Omurwa and maybe take between second and third place as Dan Kiviasi is expected to do. But I will say this is not a bad team if you ask me. But for the second and third finish, look at those times. At least would have made it sub 10. Sub 10 would have been better for number 2 and 3. Look at the qualification standard for the 100 meter is 10.00, and for the women it's 11.00. For Weissman, Were Muhove and Dan Kiviasi, I would say they are still under the what we'll call the qualification standard. Only Ferdinando Manyala, if you ask me, for the qualification standard, the Olympic qualification standard, has made it.
Weissman Were will be representing the country in the 400 meters hurdles, having won the national championships in a time of 48.1 seconds here in the last 2 weeks ago. And trying out in the 100 meters, I think, will help him improve his speed, because he's also the current national champion over the 110 meters. This has been a very, very, very good day of athletics. 2 days to be precise. We started off yesterday with a couple of semi-finals and finals in the 10,000 meters, and today we've witnessed the finals of the 200 meters. We've witnessed the finals of the steeplechase for both men and women. Beatrice Chepkoech showing us what she's really, really made of. Beatrice Chebet falling off in the 5,000 meters unexpectedly, in the 1,500 meters unexpectedly, and it raised eyebrows. But yet again, we look forward to seeing some of these athletes representing us from the 19th to 23rd of August in Budapest. We expect to be, let's say, a Kenyan affair, because all along Kenya has been dominating the world scene in athletics, not only in the Diamond Leagues or the road races, but also on the track and field, where we produced medals. And we'll be waiting to see the final team to take us, rather to fly the Kenyan flag to Hungary, and that will be the last event of the day. But from us and the rest of the crew, it is good evening and take care wherever you are. Have a lovely weekend.